Well, Terry Skiverton, what do you remember of Saturday's goal celebrations? Where did you end up in all of that?
Yeah, I think it's the first time in my life that I've ever sort of had a little run down the touch line. I think I was quite close to the ball boy, so apologies. We've just seen him about 15-20 minutes ago. He's come up and met all the boys, and I think it was a magical moment for him, and I think it was a magical moment for everybody around in the stadium, because it was it was a powerful moment in time, and it was the first time really where, I think us as a group of players, staff, and with the supporters, it was a good marker to lay down a memory that the supporters will enjoy for a long time to come.
So that's good. You've had the ball boy down here today and shown him around?
Yes, he's come in. He's met all the players and the staff. And I think he got out of his last lesson, which was science. So he's had a little bit of time off school, and I think he's going to be on, one of the major broadcasters' channels later. So he's having a fantastic time at the moment, and rightly so, revelling in his famousness.
Absolutely. Johnny said that that's the best moment in his footballing career. Where does that rank for you?
Yeah, I mean that's. It's up there, I've been fortunate enough to, win a playoff final, and but that is right up there for a last minute, and everything it meant on the game, with the run leading into it, we was really disappointed with the game at Doncaster, and again, every time we seem to get a little bit of a punch on the nose, we come in, we double down, we work harder, the players graft, and. I think as a club we come together and put in a magical performance, and I think if you look at it, we was really powerful on the day. We were strong, and I know there's a few things coming out saying that we was a little bit rough and we was a little bit ready, but we take that as a compliment. Having
been through the week's build-up and then the game itself, has it given you perhaps a greater understanding of our story now as well?
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't, you would be at that game, and when you're looking around, you're seeing Josh Nerfield, swinging the corner flag around, and what it meant to the whole place, and afterwards, the jubilation and the elation of the supporters. That was a magical moment, and it's one that a lot of the memories that have gone on have been a very long time ago, and this is one that's really fresh in the memories, and it's one where I think you could see by the gaffer afterwards, and the amount that it took out of him, that magical moment, that it means a hell of a lot to us. And as I said before, it's this club really does get under your skin, and it's an exciting time to be part of this story.
Well, exactly. I mean, that's the key thing now, isn't it? It's what we could still achieve this season, and it's so important that we kick on from this against Grimsby tomorrow night now, isn't it?
That's right. We can't follow it up with a dull performance or no energy. So we had a chat today, and we spoke, and we've been going around the lads, and the session was quite bright and jubilant today, and they was all on the front foot, and I think that's some of the best work. We've done a few bits and pieces on our attacking play, and the lads was on it today, so it's a really good sign for us going in tomorrow. But we need to back it up, and there's moments in the season where you have got to turn things around, and you have got to dig in and go that little bit further, and we did that on Saturday. But as you said there, we've got to go and back it up now, and see how close we can get to them playoff spots. And we keep saying, what team are we? Are we going to be a playoff team? Are we going to just miss out? What does it look like? We've looked at the points and how many we'll need to get to be close, and a run that we'll need to go on as well to get ourselves close. So tomorrow night's going to be a great opportunity for us, but it's one that we've got to take with both hands.
What are we expecting from David Artell and Grimsby? Because he's gone in there and they're scrapping for their lives, aren't they?
They are, but they're very resilient. They play with a real good back five. They've got some really good individuals. With Rose up front, they've got Holohan. They've got Rogers that scored the weekend against Forest Green. So, they're a good side. We played against them the first game of the season, and it was a good draw. Really, two good teams going at each other, but they seem to have lost their way for a little while. But I think that result, they'll be looking to go back to back as well, like we are. And I know David really well. He's a very experienced manager. He's won this level. He's got promoted out of this level. So we can't underestimate them. And as I said before, they've got some really good players, and and they're very dogged, they're very determined, and you know, him being a centre half and a defender as well, you know that he'll be getting them organised within an inch of their lives. So for us, it's important that we're bang on it. We've got that energy, but we've got to show moments of quality like we did on Saturday as well.
What sort of shape are we in? No fresh injury concerns?
No fresh injury concerns. Everybody was in today. Everybody done a light session. We modified the group that will be playing tomorrow night because they had to put a hell of a shift in for that 97, 98 minutes that we played. But yeah, all raring and ready to go for tomorrow.
And that was the 12th clean sheet for Alex Bass on Saturday, and then of course you rechanged the defence around as well. You've still got Ryan Johnson and Joe Lewis to come back. It's a nice situation to be in.
It is. I think that's been probably one of the hardest moments of the season, has been having to rejig stuff. I think Brownie's been excellent since he's come in. He's really give it a go, and you know, he's sort of galvanised the players, especially the younger ones, getting in around them. And for him, when you look at his age, and he's doing an overlap in the 95th minute and putting in an assist for Curtis's goal, it just shows you how much everybody's running, fighting, blocking and tackling for this football club. And we've got 17, 18 players that are all willing to do that. I think you could see from training today.
Yep.
You know, they're still it was really intense with the group that didn't play, and they're all tackling and getting at each other, and there's really good competition for places. So for us, we know we've got them two to come back as well, but you know, to go with a week with rejigging from a back four to then going with a back five, you know, it was a credit to the lads for taking on the information and the principles that are around that and putting it into practice against, you know, make no bones about it, they've spent a hell of a lot of money on players, and you know, the way that they look to play, and it can be tough, and we found that in the first game, but the lads took on the information, and I thought they tactically and technically they got the game plan and what we tried to do spot on.
Absolutely. One last thing just to say as well, he's back down here just to do his rehab, Will Nightingale. Good to see him here, but I suppose he's hoping to go back up and play for Ross County again.
Yeah, I mean, their season's another month, so we just had Will in the office, and you know, it's been a really good experience for him just to get out, to get some games under his belt. You know, we're talking about, you know, playing against Celtic and Rangers and your Aberdeens, and you know, and then there's a little bit of a drop where you're playing against maybe some of the other teams and having to really scrap and fight. So it's been really good for him, but you know, I think it's a good chance for him to come back, get a little bit of rehab with us, and hopefully make the last little bit of their campaign. But no, it's really good to see Will. You know, everybody loves him round here, and he's a great servant to the football club, and he's one of the shining lights to show you what can happen and how many games you can get under your belt from being a youth team player. So he's one of the foundations, the cornerstones of our excellent youth policy that we've got here.
Absolutely. Thanks very much indeed for your time, Terry.
No problem.